Hola amigos, de nuevo soy aquí Ben Ruiz y estoy aquí para presentar a la señorita María Tarakanova, que nos va a hablar acerca del baile de flamenco. Y para hacer esta entrevista quiero cambiar de español a inglés con su permiso, así es que now I'm going to talk in English because Maria Tarakanova doesn't speak Spanish as far as I know, but anyway, I want to introduce Maria. Maria, thanks for joining us on Yo Soy Louisville today. And we'd like to find out more about flamenco and flamenco talk. Now, Flamenco Talk is the name of your organization. So what does that mean exactly?
Ben, thank you very much for having me on the program. I'm thrilled to be here. Flamenco Talk is a nonprofit arts organization, and we're dedicated to promotion and preservation of Hispanic culture through the wonderful art form of Spanish music and dance. So that's what we do. We have a dance studio on Baxter Avenue where we teach classes for adults and kids of all levels and ages. And we also do performances. We do professional performances, lecture demonstrations at libraries and schools and other organizations and things of that nature.
And how long have you been around doing that here in Louisville?
I have been doing flamenco since '96, so it's been quite a while. But I have been a dancer all my life, so it's just more of a lifestyle. I have discovered flamenco, and ever since I was able to get involved in flamenco, it's just been sort of part of my life.
Good. And what made you pick flamenco? Because, by the way, you look Hispanic to me, but I understand you're from Russia originally.
That is correct. I am from Russia, but flamenco is such an international way of expressing oneself. It's a song, a dance, and a music, and it's so passionate, so expressive, and very, very cosmopolitan. And that's sort of what attracted me to the art form, that it exists for personal expression and not necessarily to entertain an audience or to be liked by somebody else. It's just for your personal expression.
Now, the dance of flamenco, is it improvisational? Do you kind of change it every time you do it, or
it could be largely improvisational. It depends on the setting. Obviously, if you have a professional performance and a lot of dancers and musicians are involved, there is a degree to which we can improvise. Some things have to be said so that we can better communicate with each other. But flamenco lends itself beautifully to improvisation, where we have a structure of songs and music and everybody is comfortable with the structure. It's much like jazz and blues, where musicians and dancers are accustomed to the structure and they improvise within. So to the extent some of our dances and the music is never the same each time we play or dance it, but some of the things are also set.
Well, good. Well, tell us about the April 9th and April 11th performance, because the critics have already mentioned that this is a world-class event where you've got folks in from all over the world, especially the main dancer, I think, is from Spain, right? Could you talk to us
correct.
about that?
We have two fantastic shows coming up at the Clifton Center. One is on Friday night, April 9th at 8 p.m. It's going to be our premiere. And the second one is on April 11th. It's a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. We're very excited. We have been working with a flamenco maestro, Antonio Granjero, who's originally from Jerez de la Frontera, from Spain. We have been working with him for about a year now to put together this new production called Estaciones. And we also have been working with a singer-percussionist, Francisco Orozcoyi. He's from Barcelona, a fantastic, a very talented singer and percussionist who will also be joining us for the performance. So we're really excited to present this new work to the public. It's going to be all original music, choreography by Antonio Granjero. Of course, we're partial to it, but we're very excited, and we think this is going to be really unparalleled to some of the other things that have been exhibited in Kentucky and even the surrounding states.
Well, good. And then besides Antonio, you're going to be in it, right?
I'm going to be in it, that's correct. We also have a wonderful international cast of musicians and dancers. We have some professional dancers that reside in Louisville but come from different cities and even countries. We have local musician Brendel Bianco, who is also our co-director of Flamenco Talk. And we have an additional guitarist coming from Albuquerque, New Mexico, a very talented Ricardo Anglada, who will be also joining us.
Well, good. You know, I was very fortunate. I saw your performance a year ago, and the De La Raíz, it was called, not Estaciones like this one, but in the De La Raíz, I was in the front row, and I looked back at the audience, and I noticed most of the audience that comes to your performances, they're very young, like you are. So would you say that your audience is in that age bracket? What age bracket do you think is comprised of your audience or is made up of your fans?
Well, in my opinion, the wonderful thing about flamenco is that its ability to relate to pretty much anyone. Kids love the show because it's so expressive, there's so much energy, and they have an opportunity to really participate in it by shouting shouts of encouragement. Adults obviously relate on a different level. It's very passionate, so they're able to see some of the full spectrum of emotions that exist in human nature. It's not just about being happy. It's also, we can express different emotions of sadness, of loneliness, some of the things that we ordinarily may not be able to express in our everyday lives, or that are not customary to be expressed. So it gives adults an opportunity to really express these things in a very healthy way. And of course, you know, kids and adults, men and women of various ages, that's just a beauty of flamenco, that it attracts people of all ages.
It's very diverse. It's cross-cultural. So, well, we really want to thank you for being on Yo Soy Louisville, because we really hope that everybody will choose to go there. So thank you, and we're going to have Luz come back here and talk to Karina Marias next. Ahorita vamos a tener a Luz para presentar a la señora Karina Marias. Gracias.